What's up guys, Tim here from Audio Tutor, and I'm here with the third part of this mini-series teaching you how to record and mix on an affordable budget. The third thing on the list is a digital audio workstation, or a DAW, or a DAW, or recording software, whatever your tipple is. These all mean the same thing. Okay, so if you're thinking, Tim, what are you talking about? You've completely lost me. Well, a brief explanation of what a digital audio workstation is. It is the software in your computer or your laptop that records your audio, records digital audio, and you can edit that audio within the software. You can adjust that audio, you can change the frequency of the audio, you can change the dynamics of the audio. It is where your recording becomes your mix and your mix becomes your master. Okay, so I'm going to delve right in. My 5 recommendations, kind of a quick fire round, my recommendations to get started recording and mixing with a new DAW. Okay, so number 1, you've got Pro Tools. Now, the thing with Pro Tools is it's the industry standard. Pretty much any professional studio that you go into these days will have Pro Tools as their system. They often will use, multiple different softwares, but the main one will almost always be Pro Tools. It's just become the industry standard because of compatibility. People, you'll just send a Pro Tools file to someone else and then they can only open it in Pro Tools. So because of that, Pro Tools has become the industry standard. The only thing with Pro Tools is it is pretty expensive. You're talking about $1,000 maybe to buy it, outright, or you can pay a subscription fee. Number 2, I said this was a quick fire round. I don't think it is. Anyway, number 2 is Logic Pro. Now, this is software by Apple, and I absolutely love it, and I use it a lot, and I'm excited about it because there was just an upgrade on it today. So it's like my talking topic today. But it is really cool software and it is great value for money. You get so much for your money. I think it cost me about £150, which, if you're thinking, oh, I have a small budget, that's a lot of money. Well, actually, compared to the others, it's really not. And you're also looking at getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of virtual instruments for that money that you can just delve into. Literally any instrument you can think of, even the ones you can't think of. There's all the stock plugins you need. It's just very intuitive because it's made by Apple. Everything's kind of where you think it should be, sort of thing, like a lot of Apple products. So I'm a big fan of Logic Pro. The next one on the list is Ableton Live. Ableton Live is something that's become very popular in recent years, in live performance especially. There's a lot of things you can do with electronic music on it. There's a lot of things you can do with live looping on it. So if you do that sort of Ed Sheeran-esque thing, but maybe a bit more advanced, a bit more electronic in the genre of music, then it's a great option for that, for live performance. But you can also record and mix in the software, and it is great software. Next you have Reaper. Reaper's become very popular recently. It strikes me as software that doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you may expect from, Logic or Pro Tools, but it is very intuitive, and one of my favorite features on it is actually it is great software. The last one is PreSonus's Studio One. Now this is software that often comes with some of their hardware. So if you buy, for instance, PreSonus's audio box that I recommended on my last video as an audio interface, then actually a version of Studio One will come with that software for you to install and try out, and it is very affordable. So another great one. So I've given you the 5 there, but a bonus little recommendation is actually, this is going to be a shocker, GarageBand. Whoa, GarageBand. That's just for amateurs, right? Yeah, it's not really. Not really. It's one of those, it's had this reputation as like a gimmick. It's actually got everything you need to get started. So if you are a musician on a really tight budget, you want to get started recording and mixing, and you're really worried about the price of these digital audio workstations, get going in GarageBand. GarageBand has everything you need to get recording. It's professional, high standard, high quality audio, and you can export high quality audio just the same as any other DAW. It has stock EQ, stock compressor, it's called a dynamic processor, all those things that you need to make a professional sounding mix. The hardest thing about, I've said this before and I'll say it again, the hardest thing about recording and mixing is learning to record and mix, learning your craft. It doesn't really matter how expensive your equipment is, it's actually just about you and you learning your craft and becoming a better recording or mixing engineer. So those are my recommendations. As I said, do not forget about the free software out there if you're on a really tight budget. All of those that I mentioned actually have free versions of the software. Don't worry so much about getting the high-end expensive equipment yet. Get exactly just what you need, the basics, and get learning. Get learning, it's much more important than equipment. Alright, well, I'm going to see you on the next video teaching you how to record and mix on an affordable budget. If you haven't seen the other videos, the first one was on microphones, second one was on audio interfaces, and this one was on DAWs. Make sure you get over to Facebook, type in Audio Tutor. There you will find all the videos you need. I've also just launched YouTube as well, so I'm over on YouTube as well. Don't forget to leave your comments and thumbs up below. If you have recently bought a DAW, tell me all about it. If you have your own recommendation, the DAW you love and you want everyone to know about, leave me a comment and let's chat. It's fun chatting about audio. Again, I'm Tim from Audio Tutor. See you soon.